illegal elbow.
Elbow techniques.
This is the elbow.
An elbow from here. I'll throw the elbow.
We have the illegal elbow.
Welcome back, just like that!
Hey, welcome to Illegal Elbow MMA and more. It's Brian from LegalElbow.com and Illegal Elbow on Twitter.
And this is Dan from MMA Aftermath on Facebook and Twitter. I think we should start this one out, because I don't want to go too far down, but I think this would be a good one because for me, I don't know what the guy's why he's still here, dude. And personally, CB Dollaway, this is a business trip for you because I have no more faith in Nate Marquardt. I have no more faith. I've gave this guy chances and chances. He used to be a guy that you thought had it all. But right now, I just don't know, bro. He can't put it together anymore.
You're talking about Nate Marquardt?
I'm Nate Marquardt coming off of two losses.
Yeah.
Kelvin Gastelum, Brad Tavares. Before that, he beat a James Tahuna. Where the fuck is James Tahuna at?
Yeah.
Before that, a loss against Hector Lombard, Jake Ellenberger, Tarek Safardine, whatever. I don't know why. And we used to love this guy and pull for him all the time, but I don't know why he's still in the UFC.
I don't know either, man. Really honest, to be honest with you, man. And it's not like I don't like the guy. He's a vet, man, and he's a good dude. I like him. I like him.
This guy more than once.
What's that?
I said Brian and I have pulled for this guy more than once, and he's let us down every time.
Right. But it sucks. I'd like to see him turn it around. I just don't think his guts in it anymore, man. I really don't. And I think CB Dollaway will probably win this in stand-up because CB Dollaway's stand-ups look better, even though he's fallen on some hard times himself.
Yeah.
But I think he'll beat.
But I think CB's looking good in the stand-up compared to a Nate Marquardt's stand-up as is right now, unless Nate Marquardt had a coming to Jesus moment. I don't think that he's going to be winning this one, dude.
Yeah.
He just seems slow. We were talking about a Nate Marquardt that would flip down on the ground and get you in a fucking leg lock.
Yeah.
Leg bar. Where's that at?
Yeah, 16 submissions to his 33 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it's I just, like I said, I don't think he's been knocked out 4 times, 9 decisions, 2 he's been submitted twice. So I mean he got good submission defense. Well, it all depends on who he's fighting, but yeah, I mean the greens here, which are the wins, and the reds, it's like holy shit, the reds are really peppered in here big time. But
yeah, he's been a shell of himself really ever since coming into the UFC, dude. He's been a shell.
I mean, he's 4-6 in his last 10, and he's 1-4 in his last 5.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just horrible.
If you want to drum up fucking UFC of old, that's fine. But I'm talking about current here. Back in his heyday, we were all aboard. But that multifaceted guy that was getting all those wins back there, that was good on the stand-up, good on submission, like Brian said.
Like a
all
7-time
kinds of submissions.
Wasn't he like a 7-time king of Pancrase? I mean, he was kicking ass over there. And over here he did great for a long time, but then, man, the last couple of years, he's just fallen off, man. I mean,
believe me, we'll be the first guys back on the bandwagon if he comes in here and shows us some awesome shit. And then we're going to be like, okay, it was a coming to Jesus moment, and he found himself,
Yeah.
Because he's got the tools, dude. It's just, I don't know if he's slowing down that much. You can't implement them, or it seems like he's just waiting, dude. It's just, it's frustrating. But, that being said, the CB Dollaway, like you said, falling on hard times against the Michael Bisping and Leo Machida, dude. Before that, beating a Francis Carmo, which is, it's a good victory.
That's a good win, yeah.
But
I got him beating Nate.
Yeah, I got him beating Nate. Like you said, his compared to what Nate's looking like, his striking is going to be better. He can't do that against the Bisping because Bisping is all about boxing. You can understand that, okay? Lyoto Machida is a Lyoto Machida. Right. So yes, I do see CB Dollaway taking out a Nate Marquardt, and this could be Nate Marquardt's swan song, dude.
I would say so. I think it might. I don't know. Let me take a quick look here. That would be no. He'd still be 4-1 or 1-4 in his last 5. But I was going to say that might be a straight 5th, but no, it's not. But still, he's on 2 back-to-back losses.
Pepper here, Pepper 1 in, Pepper
Yeah.
a win in there.
Win
yeah.
1, lose 2. Win 1, lose 2. Win 2, lose 3. I mean, it looks bad, man. It looks horrible for the guy. It's just, I just think, and they're giving him a lesser match every time out almost, and it's just
they're giving him a chance. He's a nice guy. It's like UFC has hooked up nice guys before with, like, here, come on, dude, we're giving you this guy. Fucking do this, bro.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
right.
But
pushing him along. It's like maybe they're expecting a change out of him with some of these fights, but I don't get it. I don't know who he's. Let me take a look who he's training with, man, before we move on, because we'll take too much time on this one fight. High altitude martial arts. I don't know a damn thing about him, but we know a lot of camps, but a lot of the bigger camps. You know what I mean? And I have no idea about them guys. They might have a couple of champions there. Who knows? But we don't see it from Nate. That's for damn sure. But I just, he's an older dude. Let's take a look at this real quick. 36. So I mean, if any, at best, he's got a couple of years. But he's got to be bummed with his career right now with the way it's going. So I mean, I would just think that he's coming in here probably partially defeated already. So.
Yep. And moving on to this next fight here, bro.
It's our boy, man.
Our boy, he's had some injuries. I think he was off. He's been off for about a year now, dude, since his last loss to Donald Cerrone, which it kind of bummed me out because I had a Myles Jury just for the simple fact. I was like, man, this guy's a phenom. This guy's a phenom, and I think he can grind it out with a Donald Cerrone and get the victory after, him coming off of a fuck, dude, 6 wins in a row, or probably more than that. I can't see anymore. But Takanori, Gomi, Diego Sanchez, Ninja, Michael Johnson. Those are some good names. They're not elite names, but they're good names.
Yeah.
And he went against. He got thrown in the fire with the Donald Cerrone, and they were like, "Hey, Myles Jury, where are you at right now? Are you, all about, this, hype of you beating all these guys? Can you take out a Donald Cerrone?" We found out he couldn't. And matter of fact, he got his ass fucking demolished by a Donald Cerrone, who is going for the belt here in this very same card. Okay? But that didn't disappoint me to the fact where I'm like, Myles Jury, man, fucking hanging up. Okay, no. He got his ass beat by an elite fighter. We're talking about a 27-year-old guy out of Hazeltucky, Michigan, hometown Hazeltucky, who's still 15-1 and still has his future is bright, dude. And I think this next fight against a Charles Oliveira is a perfect fight for him. Charles Oliveira is no slouch, dude.
No.
But Charles
Oliveira. It could be a tough fight for him too, man. I think it could be a tough fight for him.
It could be a tough fight because we have Myles Jury losing against an elite fighter like Donald Cerrone. We have a Myles Jury losing against Donald Cerrone, and a Max Holloway beating a Charles Oliveira. Okay, so their last fights have been against elite fighters.
Yeah.
So this kind of, if you're gonna, we don't like to do MMA math here, but we got to bring it up. This has the makings to be a knockdown, drag him out, bro. Okay, but if Myles puts in his game plan like we've seen a Myles Jury, we've said it before, kind of like a Lyoto Machida, get the fuck out of the way and attack you when you fuck up. I don't know how this is going to work against a Charles Oliveira, who we probably put in the same line as, I don't know. Charles Oliveira, to me, sometimes he could be a little lackadaisical on his approach, dude.
His stand-up I would say his stand-up's not as good as a Myles Jury, but I think he might school Jury on the ground.
On the ground, yeah, that's what I'm
Jury
saying.
Can keep this standing up, man. I think it's his fight to lose, man. But
yeah, because we never seen Myles Jury have to really deal with the top grappler either. So that's going to be another aspect of the game.
Yeah.
You're not coming in here. You're not going to get your ass beat again by a Donald Cerrone type. But you are going to have to probably deal with some kind of jits.
Yeah, and he's
yeah.
good on the ground himself, but I don't think he's.
And maybe he'll be good enough just to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Or
Like
good
Machida.
just get out and get back up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got 5 submissions to his 15 wins, so 7 knockouts. So I mean that's 7 knockouts. That looks good right there.
We're
Charles
pulling for
Oliveira.
the hometown boy. That's for damn sure. We're always going to be pulling for Myles Jury, and he needs this one. And it's basically for both these guys. It's where are you at, dude? Are you climbing or are you puddle? Are you swimming around in the puddles down there?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
3 of Oliveira's 3 of his 5 losses have been by knockout. So
hey, that's Myles Jury, and that might play in a Myles Jury. And I'm gonna say it again, Myles Jury. We've harkened back when we watched him fight. He had hints of a Lyoto Machida, where he can time you good enough to, go around the fucking ring, do his little side steps and come in and attack you after you've done doing your attacks, counter attacks.
Yeah.
So,
great with angles too, man.
Yep.
Great
So
with
we'll have
angles.
to see how that. But skipping ahead to an interesting fight, dude, in the main card, and that's a Michael Johnson versus Nate Diaz, dude. So it's. I'm gonna have to say this right now. We both know this is going to be a hands throwing contest. Okay.
Yeah, this is a huge test for Johnson, man. It is.
Yep.
But we've seen Nate Diaz get just blown out against certain type of fighters, man. So Michael Johnson, I think, can do it, man. I'm going to pick Michael Johnson because I think he's going to be – Nate's going to be able to pepper the jab in. But Michael Johnson is gotten pretty damn good with being able to string some punches together and really smash a dude up. And I think he's going to do that to Nate. If he gets Nate down and he's got good submission defense and just stay in Nate's guard and just rock away at him, he can start bloodying Nate up pretty quick because they got that scar tissue just going.
Yeah, I got another view on this. And this is, like you said, if fucking Nate shows up and does what Nate does.
Yeah.
And, Michael Johnson, top fucking striker guy, quick as fuck. He's beating the likes of, a fucking, a top striker like an Edson Barbosa, dude. Melvin Gallard, Gleison Tebow. But we see all these guys, and they don't have what a Nate Diaz has. And if you're going to go in striking, look what Nate Diaz did to a Donald Cerrone. I know when he beat Donald Cerrone, if they were to fight again, I'd probably pick Donald Cerrone because he's a different fighter from when they fought. But he still is Nate Diaz is still one of the top fucking strikers in the sport. Like him or not, both the Diaz brothers can pepper you to where, they're not going to knock you out, but come around the second fucking round and you can't see out of your eye or your fucking nose is bloodying up and you're swelling up, then you start feeling it. Then he starts raining in with combos. So it's like, Michael Johnson, I see it. Michael Johnson, I see it. If he's going to have a chance, if you do, like you said, if he gets him down to the ground, does some ground and pound or imposes his will. But if Nate Diaz can keep this in the middle of the fucking ring and work that jab side to side, stepping side to side like he does and just peppering that shit, I see a Nate Diaz in this, dude.
Yeah, I think we got to see Michael Johnson really up his head movement in this.
Yep.
Because get him, with good head movement and some good countering skills, he should make it a long night for Nate Diaz. So this is really interesting, man. This is an interesting fight, dude.
And you know what else could happen, bro? They could sit in the middle of the ring and beat the fuck out of each other.
Make it a fucking slug.
Make it a brawl them out, fucking fight of the night. So they both have the capabilities.
Yeah.
I got Nate.
You got Nate? Yeah.
I got Nate via decision, of course. Just pointing, jabbing, bloodied face situation. So.
Let me take a look here just for a second. Sorry, people, I didn't mean to hold it up here, but.
And the one thing about Nate is he's a little more reserved than his brother. We know that. He doesn't do all the shit talking and all that shit.
Yeah.
He's more focused in there. Kind of like he was. I'm harking back to Cerrone, man. He was one focused dude in that fight, dude. And that's one of the only times I've seen a Donald Cerrone totally out of his game, frustrated, face bloodied, not knowing what to do. Had no answer, you know.
Yeah, man. Damn. I'll play devil's advocate here. Well, I guess for lack of a better term, I'll go with Michael Johnson for this one.
Okay.
I think it's that close, and it's like fuck it, just for the sake of
Are you
difference.
going with knockout, or are we both going to be an agreement decision?
It's hard to say, man. I can almost call knockout because I know he can do it, man.
Yep.
But
Diaz, hard to knock him out, but
it is. Yeah, I'll say decision, man. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's only going to be a 3-round fight, so I'll say decision.
Yeah, and you know what? We've been an itching and a scratching, bro. Itching and a scratching for a JDS fucking fight. Okay, we got one. We got JDS back in the ring,
Yeah, it's been a
trying
year.
to get
Almost a
back
year.
up the ladder so he can get his fucking belt back, dude.
Yeah.
Overeem, on the other hand, surprising us and taking a new game plan in his fights and staying back instead of getting in close, trading with people, picking his fucking, his devastating rib shots and using his length a little bit, dude. And I got to give him props for that. And I'd have to say being a little more patient, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Man.
And honoring and knowing that he's in the UFC and he can get lights out anytime because he knows he has a suspect chin. And that's right. This right here is a bad fight for Overeem. This is the end of the line for Overeem, dude. Because Overeem right here, any fight you get into JDS, you have to be prepared to take shots. JDS is going to get shots on you. You're not going to sit around and protect your chin the whole fucking fight, dude. And for me, it's only going to take a few well-placed shots to crumple and fold over Overeem, who is in over his head, first round knockout, JDS.
And JDS against Stipe upped his boxing a lot too and won that fight. So this I think is going to be a straight boxing match. Fucking gravy. Jeez, good lord, man.
What happened? Sounds like you dropped your earphones in
I got some
bucket of water.
audio going on over here.
You
Stupid
can't do anything
webpage
about
got some garbage going on over here. It's fucking annoying, man. Holy shit, it was a movie ad. And
Yeah,
it just
great.
came in louder than fuck. It scared the dick off of me. The dick's on the floor.
Well, you can just continue where I left off, dude.
Well, you got JDS. His last fight was Stipe, which, like, almost to the date a year ago. You all right? Oh, he took his headset off. But you got JDS ups his boxing against the Stipe Miocic. Pretty much outlands Stipe Miocic, just playing a smart boxing game rather than just go in bull rushing him, like we've seen a JDS do a lot in the past.
And when we talked about him getting out of his comfort zone and, getting out of his bed and his slippers and going downstairs and practicing, dude, he got out all of that, got away from his comfort zone and learned some shit, dude. Got some new voices in his ear, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't remember what camp he went to, man. I don't for the life of me, I don't remember, but he left the Nog brothers. I don't know if it was. He said, "I'll always be with the Nog brothers." I remember talking about it, but that was a year ago. Shit, but he said, "I'll always be with the Nog brothers, but I'm stepping out to make some changes to my style, more or less."
Yeah, he's not gonna forget where he came from, but he's got to fucking evolve. He wants that belt, dude.
So, I mean, just to call it straight out, I'm going to say second round knockout if not first.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to, for shits and grins, I'm going to say first round knockout.
Yeah,
I don't think Overeem's going to be able to hold him off long enough. And I've said that about Overeem taking on other guys.
The octagon isn't fucking big enough, dude.
No. Oh, and speaking of that too, over this weekend, that octagon was considerably smaller than other ones.
Yeah.
And I heard that on another show I was listening to. And a lot of times it's hard to tell unless you actually know the facts about the size of those cages. But sometimes they look really huge to me, and other times they don't. And they don't really divulge that info to you. You almost got to hear an inside person tell you that. You know what I mean?
And speaking of that, people, these past events that we just had, the 3-day extravaganza, there's a couple times there that fucking we seen Dana, especially the first time when Paige Van Zant lost, basically Dana standing in the middle of the cage with his fucking pants down. Okay.
Right. With his look, he's looking at.
Look, oh shit, that didn't
yeah.
work out. That hype train got derailed, and then we had another hype train derailed, and he's lucky. Fucking, I didn't think fucking what's his face is gonna lose, the young phenom, Sage Northcutt, but
Right.
he better stop putting all his fucking stock into one basket, peaches into one basket, bro. He's looking like an asshole here.
No, he is. He is. That's for damn sure. Yeah, I guess it's a good thing he didn't pub Chris as the next best thing in the world too, because that would have looked horrible.
But this right here, man, if you got, JDS is fighting down right now, dude. JDS is in a holding pattern. They're giving Alistair Overeem. Alistair Overeem's ranked fucking 9th, dude. JDS is ranked number 2.
I was going to say 2, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, and this is a perfect warm-up match, too. I don't think with JDS's fucking fanfare, they would put anybody in JDS's way that would give him any kind of trouble, dude. Hey, yeah, fucking Alistair Overeem has a fucking puncher's chance, but it better be a damn good punch, because not only you're fighting a guy that could take a fucking punch, but if you don't land it, he's going to be coming right back on your ass.
Yeah.
This guy, we're talking about JDS, who probably has one of the best chins in the fucking game, dude. He's taking shots from some of the biggest motherfuckers in the world, dude. I don't see an Alistair Overeem chin not getting shattered in this one. So, like we said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So.
Yeah, I'm going to say first round, JDS. Knockout, baby.
I'm loving it though, man. I know it's not the matchup I want to see right now, but I'm just loving seeing JDS back out here, dude. So
yeah,
can't wait.
It's our boy. We've been calling him the next champ since 2008.
Yeah, and I think JDS, if he keeps evolving, dude, I think he has a good chance to make some fucking stink if he gets another shot, dude. So I don't know who it's going to be against, but we'll have to see.
It might be a rematch with him and Verdum. He beat Verdum in, I think it was 2008 in UFC.
That would be special, but
Verdum got cut after that.
Now is Kane getting a rematch here?
Yes.
Okay, so we're not going to see that fight until late 2016 if Verdum were to win, which I think he will.
They're talking March, but there's still not a set date.
Yeah. No, I'm talking if JDS gets another shot at the title. Because
late 2016. Yeah,
he's going to be waiting around, dude, for most of 2016 after this. Is he going to want to fight another heavyweight after this? Why the fuck would he want to?
Yeah,
he's already fighting down at number 2. That would be ludicrous.
Right.
But I don't know. We whatever.
Who knows? They might give him a 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Because I've taken a look at it. It's like I don't have the. Let me look at my list, just for shits and giggles, man. Oh, for fart's sake! Come on. I mean, they could possibly give him an Arlovsky or something like that, but I think Arlovsky is fighting Stipe. So those two are. I think they might be January or February. They're probably January. I'm not 100% sure though. And then I got Overeem number 6. So, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything against their rankings. But he already fought Mark Hunt. Ben Rothwell and Travis Brown would be left, and I think they're both already lined up to fight soon here. So he could possibly see one of them guys, mid next year. Or around, maybe around at the time of a Kane Verdum fight could be
also
be close,
depending on how brutal that fight was too. So
true, it could be out a couple months. That'll put it way off.
The heavyweights take a little bit more time, so it's like, but it's we'll have to see, man. It's exciting. I'm glad to see it's a heavyweight matchup with some definite implications for one guy, because if Overeem wins, happens to get lucky, is he going to go up to number 5, 4? really, whatever.
It's a
But
damn good win for him, man. If he were to
it
pull that,
is.
it's only a 3-round fight. So if he's
Mhm.
able to hold him off the first round
Mhm.
and really, land some good shots, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like
It's just,
anything's possible, but
anything's possible. But any way you look at it, fucking JDS has been in all situations. You know, he's been in the long fights. He's been in the
Right.
short fights. It's just he's been there, done that. We've seen this guy since he was young. We called it out. He was going to be a champion, and like I said, he might have he's got a good shot at becoming a champion again. But he's caught in the UFC holding pattern. So, a lot of these guys have. Souza, all these guys. But another guy that has been in a holding pattern, dude, for a long fucking time, and that's Donald Cerrone, who has fought himself. Fucking what is he? Last year he had like 20 fights last year, something like that.
It's right, 23,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
23 fights last year. He was fighting every weekend, but no, he's had a lot of fights.
Yeah, I think it was 6 in 2014. He's gone a little bit less.
This
15.
is if you really want to look at a guy that has, been in there with some of the best guys, has gotten knocked down the ladder, okay, and he's a company man. He's even said it, and just plugged away, 4 or 5 fights a fucking year, plugged away.
He hasn't even called for this fight either.
No,
he's like, if I get a belt, cool. I'm not
UFC,
even worried about the belt.
Yeah, I think the UFC got a little shame going on, thinking like, dude, we got to give this guy a shot, man. It's like,
right. It's like he doesn't even fucking want it anymore. Why else I'll give it to him?
Yeah, because he's like, whatever, I'm making money, having a good time. But now he gets the shot, and believe it or not, I think he's got a good shot, dude.
Right, yeah.
I really do. I think it's Donald Cerrone, since his last loss was against Rafael Dos Santos, dude, and that was 8 fights ago, dude.
Yeah, good ground.
8 fights ago, his last loss.
Man.
This is his ultimate revenge, and the cherry on top would be the belt around his waist. And we can go,
who is he carved through to get to this? To get back to this guy,
dude. He is carved through Evan Dunham, who's no slouch. Martins, hey, there's going to be some guys in this list right here who aren't the best, but he just wants to fight. Edson Barbosa, Jim Miller, Eddie Alvarez, Myles Jury, Ben Henderson, who those guys have had epic wars. John
Makdessi, he jumped in for somebody else.
Makdessi just to jump in and whip some ass and get another win under his belt. Okay, and he's looked better and better every fucking fight, dude. And along the way, he's even thrown in some submissions, dude. Oh no, he's not just a one-sided guy that fucking kicks. He will fucking submission your ass. But then if you look over at RDA, bro, this guy has also. He's come from the doldrums because there's been some questionable fights along the way, and I would have to say that Cowboy might be a little more bolstered on some of the names, dude, because Rafael's fought a Kamal fucking Shalarus. I guess Shalarus, he's a name. Injakwani. I'm probably not saying his name right, whatever. But guys like Bosch or Bocek, Evan Dunham, those are okay guys, but they're not elite guys. They're not. He doesn't start getting an elite guys, dude, really until his Ben Henderson fight. His win against the Donald Cerrone, who isn't, like I said, isn't the same Donald Cerrone as the last loss. He's fucking way better, dude.
His last loss is to Khabib, and that's a guy that has plastic limbs. So
yeah, and
something.
I don't even want to talk about that guy because I don't even think he exists anymore, dude. I don't even think he's a fighter anymore. I just think he's like you said, a plastic doll that fucking gets hurt every time the wind blows above 30 miles an hour. So, but it's like they both worked their way up here. I think it's going to be a fucking battle, dude. I think it's going to go to decision. It's just going to be like vicious kicks, vicious shots. These guys got good defense. I don't see anybody getting fucked up in the ground game. I think that's going to cancel each other out. I think they're just going to be standing toe to toe, trading, and may the best guy win. And I think, and I don't want to do this because already I said it's going to be a while before Dos Santos might lose, dude. But I think I got Cerrone in this one, bro.
Yeah, I'm going the other way, man. I think Dos Santos will be able to do it again. You know, he's with. It says over here Gordo Evolve team. I don't think they updated that. He's with the Kings MMA, which is Cordero. And I mean, that guy's creating killers, man. Rafael Cordero is a nutbag. He's got two big champions right now, and some killers underneath them too. And what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name, but he's got Verdum and he's got this guy. They're just killer champions right now. So I think he'll stay on. I think he'll not expose a Cerrone, but just be able to get inside on a Cerrone and be able to really. That's where he did his work last time, and I think he'll be able to do it again. I don't think he'll do it as easily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he'll find a hard time. You know, it'll still be a decision win in my opinion, but it's going to be 5 rounds this time. So who knows? In the later rounds, he may really slow down. We don't know. You know what I mean? But
it's like, and we know fucking Cerrone is going to be there the whole way with his conditioning. So
yeah, he did go 5 rounds with Pettis, so I got to give him credit there, and that's when he took the belt. So
yes, it is, and you know.
So credit for him, but he hasn't gone those long 5-round fights ever. You know, I mean, that was his first 5-round fight right there with Pettis.
I'm kind of on the fence. I did pick Donald Cerrone, but I wouldn't be surprised of Dos Santos. I think it's that close, dude.
It is, dude. It really is that close.
I think it might come down to, like I said, a war in the middle of the cage. It comes down to the judges, and it would be a hard ass motherfucker, and it would be bitches either way. It's going to be one of those where they just duke it out, and whoever wins, there's going to be a bitch.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a draw.
Yeah. Yep. And that's unfortunate for Donald Cerrone.
And it should be a good seller, man, because Cerrone sells. He's become a pretty damn good name. So
and Dos Santos is automatically going to get the fucking Brazilian crowd. So and you got JDS on this card and some other names. So it's a stacked card, and they didn't really give us any pamper fucking waste after the extravaganza. They came back with something strong too, man. Yeah. So I give UFC props for that and be looking forward to it next weekend, dude. But if you're ready to get out of here, man, let's get the game on.
Let's get it on, man. Steadfast.
And a God beer.
All right, people, thanks for tuning in, man. It was a blast. Don't forget to check us out, MMA Aftermath on Facebook, MMA Aftermath on Twitter, also Illegal Elbow on Twitter.
And head on over to illegalelbow.com. Check out the top 20 heavyweight list and the heavyweight forecast and all the extras and new stuff that Brian's been putting on. That's illegalelbow.com, people.